I'll give you one more little anecdotal story, how bizarro sometimes he would be. He's
Sure.
a former Marine. He's a former Golden Gloves boxer. Pat was a pretty formidable guy. He got off the 700 Club one day, and we were in the hallway, and he grabs me. He says, "There's a law student over at student housing, which was about a mile away from the main complex for the university had a student housing complex." He says, "There's this guy over there. He's a like second year law student. He's been beating his wife up. He's been roughing up his wife." He said, "I want you to take you and a couple of your goons from the security staff, and I want you to go over there and I want you to take him out back and rough him up a little bit and tell him to knock it off." I
Jeez.
said, "Pat," I said, do you understand you just asked me to go commit a felony?" I said,
Right.
"Are you going to throw my bail when they come and arrest me? Do you think nothing's
Yeah.
going to happen? I go over there and take this guy out and beat him?"
Right.
He said, "Yeah, just take him out back and rough him up a little bit. Tell him he can't beat it on his wife." Okay. So John Norris, who was my second in command, we drove over there. We confronted the guy, and as a former cop, I mean, everything happened what I expected. He denied it all, and we
Right.
just told him. He said, "If we get another report, we're going to do everything we can to get you kicked out of law school." End of story. We didn't lay a hand on it, but that's the kind of thing Pat would do. It was like, I'm at point A, the hell with B, C, D, E, and F. We're going to go right to Z and just go do it. But that's part of his problem was he was an absolute omnipotent dictator. I call him a benevolent dictator. He had a very
Right.
sweet side, but he also had this dramatic side where just go take care of it. What am I paying you for? Go do what I'm telling you to do.
Right.
And
That sounds like a bit of a disassociation with reality. Like he seemed like he believed he could create his own reality opposed to like what the truth actually was.
well, when I finally resigned from things, I was running the animation studio and doing the bodyguarding, and I was fried. And we were on a plane, private plane, and I was at the end of my rope, and I sat down next to him. I said, "Pat," I said, I need to talk to you." I said, I can't handle both departments right now." And he looked at me. He took his glasses down and looked at me like he would, and he says, "What's wrong with you, brother?" He says, "I run 20, 30 organizations. You can't run two simple departments?" And I said, "Pat," I said, "there's a great difference between you and me." I said, "When you speak at CBN, a dozen vice presidents crawl over themselves like rhesus monkeys trying to make it happen." I
Right.
said, "When I want to get something done, I got those 12 vice presidents coming to me saying, 'Who the hell's going to pay for this?'"
Right.
I said, "People, it was like God Jr. He speaks it into existence." And he had a board of directors that he supposedly reported to that were his wife was on the board, a good friend of his was on the board, the guy he bought all of his cars from, the car
Right.
dealer was on the board. I mean, it was kind of like a puppet
Yeah. It just seemed
dictatorship,
like a loyalty board. There's no real
Yeah,
accountability.